So in Halo 2, there's actually a secret character that you can play as, but you have to pull off a pretty weird glitch. So can we be the drone in Halo 2? Let's give it a shot! So first things first, shout out to Hark the Shark because he is the one who originally discovered this. I put his channel in the description. But to start, becoming a drone is relatively simple. That is, if you do all the steps correctly. Now this glitch is part of a glitch set called the AUP, or Arbitrary Unit Possession, that allows one of two players in a Halo 2 campaign to spawn in as an enemy combatant. Now the mission that we'll be doing this on is Regret, but we will need a couple of skulls at a bare minimum in order to pull this off. Namely, the Boom and Scarab skull. If you're not aware, the Boom skull 2x's explosion radius, and the Scarab gun skull makes every single shot that you shoot a Scarab gun beam. The reason that we need to do this is because right off the rip, we need to go stand on the stairways in the temple and then get a 3-for-1 kill on 2 of the Marines that come through the back entrance and our teammate. But the thing about this trick is, if anything shoots other than you shooting your gun, this will not work. Immediately after spawning in, you need to have one player go stand at the staircase. Then they need to shoot at the back wall, making sure that they kill both of the Marines and the second player. Now what will often happen is the Marines will shoot their guns after they die, and if this happens, you have to restart. After doing this, you need to hop down and then shoot at this wall. One singular shot. The reason for this is we need to match the shot count when we kill 2 enemies after restarting the mission. But this also delays the respawn of the second player. We need to delay this respawn so we can get set up in what is called a pinch. By jumping on this block, there's not enough space above our head for a second player to spawn in, so their prompt to respawn will completely disappear. Once this happens, you can then restart the mission. The reason I slow mode that is because it's just too much to explain with how fast you have to do this. Now after you restart the mission, you can do the same exact thing, but for your second shot, you're going to wait until you see the drones at the ceiling and shoot at this specific part. Doing this will kill 2 at once, but now we need to go hide behind this pillar so no enemies shoot at us or see us. And this didn't work. Damn, I thought I had it. So if I fail, I just restart the mission.
But you can't restart life. Oh.
So if you fail at this, you can just restart the mission and do it from the top. You need to make sure that you're both looking and listening for the Marines shooting. But past this, after you jump on the box, you also need to make sure you don't hear the drone shoot. Both of them like to shoot. The reason I'm hiding behind this wall is because if they shoot a single shot, this doesn't work. Either Marines or the bugs. And that's why after I jump on the box and get set up in the pinch, I restart the mission almost immediately. The more time you give the drones to shoot, they'll take. So the reason I'm jumping on that box is... oh, he's shot. Sometimes what happens is the Marines will shoot a shot as they're dying. Oh, I heard a shot, so that means I gotta restart this again. So I actually tried to film this twice. The first time my screen was black, and the second time, as I went to click stop recording, the entire Windows crashed. What the hell, the elite found me. One thing to note when doing this is if you had the pinch successfully set up and then restarted the mission, you should just be able to revert to the last checkpoint and do the second step of this, and it should still work. You don't have to restart the mission, get the pinch set up, restart the mission again, shoot the enemies, and hide every time. You can just do the second step if you get the first step correctly. There we go. Now I heard your cries when I did the Sentinel AUP and I didn't show any of the second player perspective. So this time I let my brother be the drone exclusively. Now one thing I'd recommend you do pretty much immediately is have the drone player stand back while the other player clears out the initial areas.
Am I bug?
You are bug.
I am bug.
You want to get a checkpoint as fast as you can so you don't lose the state. That way if anything happens you can just revert to the last checkpoint and be a drone again.
Yeah, whoever does this trick, you're going to find out that you have a very weird walking pace. You kind of stagger.
Where the hell is our checkpoint?
Oh, bro. Checkpoint forgot to load. Goodbye, checkpoint.
Took a while to get a checkpoint, but eventually we got one.
Just a little thing about being a drone. If you jump, and you aren't already moving, you will not move forward. You cannot move forward after you jump.
Is there a way to get to land from here? So one problem we ran into immediately is that the drone doesn't have the ability to fly when controlled by a player. And we wanted to get to solid land to see, well, could a drone actually fly if you just jumped off a big cliff? But the problem is, you can't get to any of the big cliffs because, well, you can't fly. So this meant that my brother and I had to walk around the building seeing if there was somewhere we could jump off that was high enough to see if the wings actually flapped.
Seems to be some sort of structure.
But there is one pretty huge problem with this map. There's death barriers everywhere. You can't just jump off the side of a ledge to see if this happens because you die almost immediately. See if you can get over shields that way.
Goodbye.
Fucking tard.
You see, you criticize, but you don't know what it's like to be a bug. You don't know.
Yeah, because I know you can't pull off the setup. Speaking of the setup, this one just left too much to be desired. But I had an idea. You could get the true representation of the drone's abilities if you put on the Acrophobia skull. This is the skull that, if enabled, allows you to fly. Should we do this one with the Acrophobia skull or without the Acrophobia skull?
With it, because it's horrible to be a drone without it.
But I didn't know if putting the skull on would ruin the setup or however that might work, so I decided to restart the mission and just give it a shot. See if I can do it first try. Okay, we gotta go to this part. Shoot once, kill both the Marines. Shoot again to delay the respawn. Jump on this box. Restart the mission before the bug will shoot. Then go to the same spot. Kill the Marines again. Look up at the ceiling. Kill the drones. And then go hide in the spot.
So yes.
Obviously. There we go. Boom.
Hello.
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 Wake up.
I'm awake.
I just got assassinated.
Jeez.
Climb up this, dude. Climb up this.
Where at a Shilt show?
Oh, shit.
What the hell just happened?
You say you say that every time you get killed by a Scarab gun. What just happened?
I just can't believe how stupid you are.
Climb up this thing. So one of the crazy things about playing as this character, as pointed out by Hark the Shark, is that the drones have crazy climbing abilities. They can climb really, really steep surfaces. So obviously, we had to test this out.
Why would I climb up that?
Cause I want to see your climbing ability.
Hey, I climbed up it. Wow.
A phantom. How many times do I have to
Don't
stand and
this
look
thing.
at this thing?
I don't want to give away my position, so I'm rerouting a few stragglers back to you. I apologize. These pelicans are all the support you're going to get.
Easy work.
Skitter.
Okay,
Do this
now
Do this.
climb up this.
You can't tell me what to do.
Dude. I want your
Backwards.
abilities.
Sidewards.
I want your
Squidwards.
abilities, dude. You're dropping
Dude, why
off
is
drop
it-
pods.
Why are they dropping off turds, dude? That thing's taking a shit. Flop.
How does metal just go through stone?
Flop. Just that good, dude.
Especially at that height. I think we're having a physics imbalance here. Now I want to see you go up that.
Yes, master.
Wow. Okay, now we need you to climb up this tower.
Can't do a sheer face, but I can do most faces.
Whoa, you can even do... Can you do the one on the side? That's like double diagonal?
Yes. Yes, a little bit. A double diagonal.
That's crazy. Both sides are way too steep to walk on. It's almost sheer vertical.
I'm the best rock climber in the world, dude.
That mountain is the truest test right there, dude.
Here?
No, this one. See, when you have the acrophobia skull on, his wings will flap, but when you don't have it on, they won't flap. And he can't fly.
It's very strange. Goodbye.
Oh, also, I was able to do this glitch with the Sputnik feather and streaking skull enabled in addition to the ones that I mentioned earlier. This just makes it way more fun to play around. Apparently, it doesn't affect your ability to do this. Stop! Wait, I wonder if I can go on your head and you can still keep moving up. Alright, try to go up.
You can't stop the bug.
Dude, he can even lift 1,000 pounds on a almost sheer vertical cliff face, dude.
Very strong. Defeat is merely the addition.
Is that what the drone sounds like?
Defeat is merely the addition of time to a sentence I never deserved.
Is that a
I don't remember that.
Halo?
It's Graveman line.
Dude, you're struggling.
I'm not struggling, I am the struggle.
I don't think you can get up that, dude.
I can get up your mom. Her forehead is a sheer cliff.
Stop talking about your mom like that. Now your biggest test, dude, you have to climb up this mountain.
You're bugging me. I'm the great mind.
You're like looking at me even when you're not looking at me. Like, I see your eyes at all times.
Hit the Dougie, dude. I'm doing the Barney.
Dude, you do a split when you crouch? One of your legs...
In real life, too. Dude, drones can throw grenades. That'd be horrible.
You should jump off the cliff and see if your wings flap.
They flap?
Yeah, they did flap. Here.
Goodbye.
Jump over. I want to... Don't use the acrophobic skull. Just jump off.
Goodbye.
You're not using acrophobia?
I'm not using acrophobia. I had this fly because I was going to die.
Why would you die?
Watch. This will... Okay. Watch. I didn't die.
Why would you die? Acrophobia prevents you from taking fall damage.
Oh, I didn't know that. It's very blocky to walk. Sometimes I'll just stop. Just get caught on something for no reason.
Look straight up in the air. And walk forward. The other way. He just goes right back down to charging.
I can
Yeah, that actually looks hilarious.
I can see my shadow. Interesting.
Looks like you're holding up a light at a concert or something.
You see that?
Cock and balls?
Yeah.
Dude, I wonder if you could take me all the way to the top of Regret's Temple. Wow, I can like barely move.
Nigga, you're stupid.
Dude,
You're not bug mixing like I am. Goodbye.
No, come back. I need to ride you. Brother, let me ride you.
Yeah. Nope. Looser. You are a looser.
Stop, dude.
I can't help it, dude.
Stop avoiding me.
I'm not. I'm just going straight, dude. No, you're too fat. I can't get you up here.
What if I jumped every time?
Dodge. 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 You have your big fat ass smacking me in the face. But, no.